We're gonna touch down real quick on Mark Zuckerberg versus Elon Musk. Believe it or not, man, there's a slight possibility they'll actually fight. And them being elitist tycoons with, something to prove to themselves in regards to their elitist agenda. Nah, but we're gonna touch down on this real quick. We're gonna have fun with it, you feel me? But it ties in to setting a good example, really. A lot of these individuals, homie, when it comes to their actual agendas, who they are, the major positions they hold, it's all crock. You know what, homie? It is what it is. But the principle in itself of them possibly fighting, there's nothing wrong with a fair fade, homie. And you'll hear me mention shit like, I don't turn down a fade, homie, whoop de whoop, right? Now, I'm saying that in a positive light. You know what I mean? A lot of people may misinterpret that. Sometimes I see the video and I'll be like, look, dog, I don't want anybody misinterpreting this shit and thinking that I'm promoting violence in itself and say, oh, is this fool just encouraging people to fight each other for no reason? Nah, dog. What I'm saying when I mention a fair fade and it ties into Elon Musk and fucking Mark Zuckerberg possibly fighting, there's nothing negative really or detrimental. It sets an example. Right now in our society, we have a lot of feuds and vendettas resulting in escalated violence. And it may be an individual running over their baby mama, running somebody over, picking up a weapon, so on and so forth. But check it out, man. When it comes down to two men having an organized combatical arrangement, you feel me? There's nothing negative about that. It can set a positive example. People got to understand that really, homie, when you resort to that level of violence, it's supposed to be extremism. You feel me? It's not supposed to be a common tool to resort to, homie, when it comes to disputes you have in our society. You feel me? A lot of individuals, we're not like learning or training alongside each other, right? So that coincides with the likelihood of somebody picking up a weapon too. You know what I mean? People aren't setting a good example. Ain't nobody talking about a fair fade. Nobody's following through with settling a dispute, homie, like an honorable men or women. You know what I mean? It's a lot of talking, and then the small percentage that ain't just talk are usually resorting to escalated or extreme violence. This can be avoided, homie. This is avoidable. But when you hear me mention a fair fade, like Elon Musk and old Zuckerberg possibly having it in the Colosseum, now that's in Italy. That's where gladiators used to fight a long time ago, right? That's where they're trying to set it up at, where these two tech giants, homie, are gonna go at it, right? That's hilarious in itself, man. I want to see them fight. You know what I mean? Come on, man. See them bash each other upside their elitist heads. Homie, that's the shit. But it's the principle though that I wanted to tie in with the subject at hand. You feel me? I'm trying to be more patient. You know what I'm saying? I utilize THC. Like, as you can tell, my eyes are probably barely even able to be open, homie, to any extent or degree whatsoever. You feel me? That's necessary, dog. I gotta stay personally, you feel me? THC is a blessing in my life. It allows me to have patience with shit. It allows me to approach things with a different disposition, you know? I don't really like the person I am sometimes without THC in my life, homie. I can try to rationalize it. There's a reasoning behind it based on societal circumstances and the mindset that we see common or prevalent in our society. It drives me up a fucking tree. You know what I mean? So I smoke bud, and it allows me an inhuman amount of patience to deal with an unnatural series of obstacles, homie, that I'm navigating, if that makes any sense. I don't say everybody's got to smoke bud, and I understand that anything can be problematic. You know what I'm saying? But with weed, man, come on, dog. Out of all the substances prevalent in our society, it's the least damaging, doesn't contribute to murderous rage, homie, predation, so on and so forth. So that's what I utilize, G. You know what I mean? But when I'm talking about fair fades, I want to have the right disposition and energy. I'm not trying to off-put motherfuckers, dog. I don't want people to feel that I'm some unpredictable, mentally fluctuating, volatile fool. Like, you don't really know what to expect out of them because I'm seemingly outraged with certain dilemmas, homie. But I know the real ones, homie, understand, and salute to all the real ones. And what I mean that are familiar, homie, and you know what I'm saying, coincide with my movement. You know what I'm saying? They've acclimated to our movement. You know what I'm saying? They understand where I'm coming from, that I'm not trying to encourage mayhem or violence, and I'm not the type of fool that's like a dog that may bite. You know what I mean? Like, nah, dog, that ain't me, homie. It's 113, homie, what I'm coming with, dog. Like, you know what to expect out of me. And honestly, dog, I try to have a lot of patience, homie. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. With the fair fades, homie, there's nothing negative really about it, dog, if it's done right. And it can be done in a communal fashion, homie, to where it's an organized event and charitable aspects, you know, when it comes to the community are a priority. Donating money to the homeless in your community after organizing a fight, people settling their differences, it not escalating into unnecessary levels of violence, that's all good. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem to be a priority, homie, and it is what it is, dog. You know what I mean? Like I said, a lot of fools ain't really learning how to fucking fight, homie. They're not training, they're not evolving, they haven't been in a position to where they didn't have a weapon, they didn't have homies, they didn't have major backing, they always had to solve a dispute themselves, you feel me? That's why we're supposed to be learning alongside each other, pros and cons, homie. You know, them homies know something I don't, homie, and vice versa, you feel me? But, you know, Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg and tying it all in, homie, you know, it'd be hilarious to see him fight. There's nothing negative when it comes to fair fades. You know, that ain't the energy I'm projecting, homie, in our society. I just want to make that clear because I see a video I make, and when I eventually look at it, sometimes I'm like, hey, you know what I mean? I gotta evolve. You know, we're supposed to be hard on ourselves like that, G. You feel me? I go harder on myself than anything or anybody. But let me know what you think when it comes to individuals organizing a fair fade, having a credible individual that has a reputation to uphold when it comes to being honest. You know what I'm saying? And basically settling disputes like honorable men or women. You know, and I say women too. You know what I mean? Because the violence, homie, it's not only tied to one demographic or gender. You know what I'm saying? This could help a lot. And we know there's things such as street beefs. And my hat's off to like certain organizations that organize certain fights, homie, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? To settle differences with people. You know, I keep getting a call right now popping up and distracting me, dog. I'm slightly getting enraged now, homie. Nah, but in all real shit, though, amongst homies, individuals from the streets, steppers primarily, you know, and setting the dispute, homie, aside, but also uniting for a major underlying purpose. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot, homie. It's the whole package, you know, the potential, it's there. We just got to tap into it, and exhibit what we know we're capable of. Anyways, I'm starting to sound like Aaron Neville. My allergies are whooping my ass. It's going to drive me up a fucking tree. Hit that notification button, though, if you haven't already. Let me know what you think about Elon Musk and Mark Zuckerberg having a fucking tango, having a showdown to the fatality end in the Coliseum, potentially, and what you think about fair fades and organizing this, the full community, you feel me? Like, I seen, you know, certain things mentioned about it. Like, I want to see this shit. The fuck, I got a tear of disappointment in my eye every time some shit's like mentioned and it doesn't like manifest or come to fruition. Gray hairs in my brocha, tears in my fucking sad and triste retinas. Hit that notification button though if you haven't already. I gotta say it like a fucking robot with preconceived dialogue, and make sure you subscribe.